Hey there. Today I want to share with you some good news. But first, a little background. Many of the people my clients and people who find me, um, feel like they're a little bit different than what we think of as the norm. They get stressed out really easily. They might even have some anxiety or even depression sometimes. Oftentimes they've been told they're too sensitive, and they feel things a lot. They have feelings that they kind of linger, and they take things personally, and they get hurt easily. And this would be me as well. I understand this. And my clients and these people that I talk to, they might not always know that they're a highly sensitive person. They might not have heard of that term. But as I chat with them, or work with them, they find out that they actually are what's called a highly sensitive person. And if you want to know more about that, if you've never heard about that, but some of those things I just said kind of resonate with you, I'm going to put a link to a little blog post that I wrote that describes this in more depth and might give you some clues into whether or not you are an HSP, as they call it. But the below might also resonate with you, so just listen and see. So one of the things that is interesting about, all the above qualities and people who are highly sensitive, was that, we've kind of experienced that oftentimes as sort of a negative thing, like a bad thing, because we tend to feel different, like I said, or like even that something's wrong with us as compared to what's normal. And oftentimes, again, because other people have told us we're too something, too dramatic, too emotional, too sensitive. So we've kind of internalized that, and we might feel like kind of bad about ourselves. And we don't actually recognize how amazing we actually are. We don't always realize the gifts that this trait actually brings to our lives, to the world. And we really don't always realize that we actually have the potential to be the most amazing, really make the best partners available, right? When we're sort of honoring and understanding and managing or working well with this trait that we have, we can be just the most incredible partners. And so here, today I wanted to tell you some of the many ways actually that you make a really amazing partner when you are healthy, centered, and you've learned how to really honor and manage this trait. There's many more that I'm going to list today. I just want to give you a taste. So as a highly sensitive person, you are naturally conscientious and compassionate and really caring. So you're naturally really good at being supportive or loving when your partner needs that. And you always want what's best for them, and they can feel this and appreciate this. You are also generally quite aware of your partner's feelings, and kind of almost like you could kind of read their mind or feel into what they're experiencing or your partner's experiencing, and you pick up on their subtle clues or cues really easily and help them, ultimately this helps them feel super understood and cared for. And this can actually, with certain skills in place around this, it can actually help de-escalate conflict instead of creating more conflict. So this can really help the relationship stay really harmonious. As a sensitive person, there's a tendency to be able to really see the best in others, like the subtle goodness that other people might easily miss, and really believe in that part of your partner really strongly. So this makes them feel comfortable, draws out their gifts, and actually is a really great source of confidence building for your partner and affirmation, right? They'll feel really, really loved and really safe with you. Another beautiful part of this trait, when it's managed and honored, is that you can be really, really loyal, really good at listening. You're really creative and actually a really dynamic person, and complex. And that actually makes you really fascinating and also, again, a really safe person to spend one's life with, which is a beautiful mix, right? And another great thing is that you experience positive emotions like love and joy really intensely. And you're full of that, right? As you kind of overflow with that. And you're able to share that with your partner. Again, keep in mind that this is when you're centered and you're doing the really good stuff to keep yourself well, right? It can obviously fall into the opposite place too of strong negative emotions, but I'm wanting you to see the beauty right now. You are, again, when you're healthy and you're managing this trait really well, you are loving, calming, and really grounding presence. So you emanate this, and it's really nourishing to your partner and other people. And you are you're a thinker, and you're pensive, and you reflect and sort of mull things over inside yourself at length. And this can really lead to really great self-awareness and can enhance your ability to grow and really flourish in your relationship. So it sets you up for like really working things through. And, especially as you learn to be honest and open with your partner, this can really be a really enriching part of a relationship in your trait. And sort of along those same lines, you like to process about your relationship and really get to the heart of the matter with your partner. Again, which you do really well because you're deeply insightful and really self-aware. And this supports both of you to better understand yourselves and, of course, your relationship. And you thrive on depth and complexity. So in a love relationship, this means that you'll be dedicated and willing to work hard at creating a really meaningful connection, making it more likely that you'll really have a rich, healthy, committed, really strong, supportive, and loving relationship. So see how amazing you are. And again, that's just a snippet. There's a lot more about you that's so wonderful when you're able to really understand and really work well with your trait, when you have the courage and willingness to really do that. So you're so worth celebrating. And I just love highly sensitive people. And I think we're we have the most potential, some of the most potential for making this world a much more loving place to be. So just take a deep breath for a moment and just let that sink in. You're so full of this potential. And I would just love to hear what resonates with you about this. What comes up for you when you watch this. So share with me in the comment section of my blog. I'll post that link below, and you can click on that and just share. I'd love to hear. All right, keep that good stuff with you, and I'll see you soon.